Hi, 7th grade. Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the exit ticket from Wednesday. Only 88 students took it, so that's a bit of a concern. And we're also going to continue practicing context clues. So these are the results of 88 students. These students took it. So if your name doesn't appear here, that means you did not take the exit tickets, or it's late. So if you see your name here, great job. Even if you struggle with the exit ticket, I would still like you to take the exit ticket because it is good information for me. Okay. Okay. So in the passage, this passage says, using IQ tests and MRI brain scans, researchers have found that the measurable intelligence of teenagers can rise and fall. So it can rise and fall over time, right? So we found out that it can go up or down over time. We used to think that intelligence was static. So that's the opposite of what they just mentioned in that first sentence. So static means it stays the same. But now, because of new studies, we know that teens and even fully mature adults can grow brain cells when needed. So static in this case means not changing, right? Not changing. So they're giving you counter examples. This one was the one that a lot of students struggle with. Okay. So static means non-changing. Which of the following is a correct answer? Is a correct context clue for question 1. So it's about the same, 56% and 57%. We know that teens and even fully mature adults can grow more brain cells. So that's the opposite of static, right? Static means it stays the same. The opposite is, this is giving you the context clue that static means it stays the same. So it's giving you like a counter example. What does inhibit mean in the following passage? So inhibit here, put this medicine on your arm and rub it into your skin until it is invisible. It will inhibit the infection's attempt to spread. So it will stop or block or slow down the infection to spread. This one was much better. There's a trend here. It seems like we're struggling more on finding the, but not by much, finding the evidence to support the claim. Not the claim, but finding the evidence to finding the context clue. Which of the following is the context clue for the word inhibit with that one? What does suffrage mean in the sentence? The right to vote. The right to vote. And here it seems like it's the opposite. Here we're able to find the context clue. Which of the following is a context clue for determining the word suffrage? Probably because the text is much shorter. The text is much shorter. Most of America's founding fathers did not believe in women's suffrage. If I gave you that by itself, you might not. You will have a hard time understanding what suffrage means. Suffrage sounds like a bad thing, right? Like voting, like not voting, but suffering. Only men could vote in the United States. So that means that most of our founding fathers did not believe in women being able to right to vote. Okay. Let's go over some of the document. Hopefully the video won't be as long today, because I'm not gonna go over the notes from yesterday. So we're doing this. We did this already. So now we're gonna go over. There's 2 passages and a couple questions, and then you'll have an exit ticket. I do ask you questions on these questions on that puzzle to make sure that you're actually paying attention. Okay. At high latitudes, one might look into the night sky and see dazzling curtains of colorful lights. This brilliant sight, known as the aurora, is the result of solar winds. Solar winds occur when the outer layer of the sun boil off due to the intense heat. I'll read that again. Solar winds occur when the outer layer of the sun boil off due to the intense heat emitting. So this is the word that we're trying to figure out. Streams of magnetically charged particles into the surrounding space. So solar winds occur when the outer layer of the sun boil off due to the intense heat, emitting streams of magnetically charged particles into. So something happens into surrounding space. Some of these solar wind particles end up traveling in Earth's direction. If unimpeded or unstopped, these particles will have deleterious effects on human health. So here, deleterious are trying to figure out what this word is. Okay? Deleterious, and it's obviously not something, it's by the context clue that I'm going to read right now, it's obvious that it's not something positive. Increasing the risk of heart failure and other health problems. So deleterious has to do with that. But Earth's magnetic poles, located near the geographic north and south poles, create a magnetic field that protects the planet from the solar wind particles. Some of these particles, however, do manage to break free and end up colliding with oxygen and nitrogen in Earth's atmosphere. The collision releases energy, thus creating the aurora stunning display. So, what is the meaning of the word emitting? Okay, so I'll draw a picture. I'll just draw a picture. So it sounds like the sun, and then it says some of these solar wind particles end up trapped. No, sorry. Solar winds occur when the outer layer of the sun, so the outer layer, so this part. Solar winds occur when the outer layer of the sun boil off. So they boil off. They boil off into space due to the intense heat, emitting streams of magnetically charged particles into surrounding space. So emitting, what does emitting mean? Absorbing? No, they're not. There's not being absorbed into the sun. Destroying? No, nothing to do with destroying. It's giving off, right? These particles are being pushed into space. The sun is giving off these particles into space because of the magnificent heat. Okay. Skip that one for now. This number 2, it will be, the context clue will be this one. Okay. Charged particles into the surrounding space. So these particles are being pushed into surrounding space. What is the meaning of the word deleterious? Okay, as used in the passage. We just saw how deleterious, they tell you what it causes. Deleterious, it can cause, these particles can cause increased risk of heart failure and other health problems. So in this case, deleterious would be harmful, right? Because they give you examples of the harmful effects of these particles. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's pick yellow. Circle the text from the paragraph that best helps you understand what we did that one already. There are nearly 30,000 different types of species of wasps. Wasps come in a myriad of colors. This is what we're trying to figure out. What context clue are we going to use from the text to help us understand what this word means? Myriad. And this is it. Everything from the familiar yellow and black to metallic blue. Some are solitary species that live without the benefit of a colony or group. Others, yellow jackets and hornets, are social insects, meaning that they live in colonies. Each species has a unique characteristic. So they just gave you an example of many different types of wasp. Okay? I don't even have to continue reading to know what myriad means, right? I'm gonna underline you see how this is everything from familiar yellow jackets and black to metallic blue. Some are solitary. So they're showing you that there's many different types of wasp. Nowhere here is the description of beautiful or bright or unusual. It's just many. Okay. There's another word here. The passage was the word incapacitate me. Let's find out what incapacitate. One newly discovered species, a reddish-black wasp native to Thailand, is notable for the way it hunts cockroaches. First, it injects venom into a cockroach to incapacitate it. Oh, this is a good one. So, first it injects venom. So, injecting venom to a cockroach, that's the context clue. What does incapacitate mean, right? So it's obviously not something pretty. It's not something good for the cockroach. Then then the wasp drags the paralyzed. That's another context clue. So when you incapacitate someone, you don't necessarily have to inject something on them, but this is the end result, that they become paralyzed. The paralyzed cockroach, then the wasp drags the paralyzed cockroach back into its nest and lays eggs in its body. Wow, fun times. With time, larvae hatch from the eggs and consume the cockroach's body. If this is too graphic for you, I apologize. This disturbing practice inspired the name Ampulex Dementor, reflecting the wasp's similarity to the soul-sucking Dementors in the Harry Potter book series. So when something is incapacitated, it's not necessarily killed, it's paralyzed. The answer will be disabled. Okay? They have disabled the cockroach for it to be used to for the eggs to be laid on. Okay, that's it. So context clues is one of those things that it just depends on the text. Sometimes they are a little easier and sometimes they're a little harder. The ones in the exit ticket are going to be shorter passages. They're much shorter. We are going to continue working on this because we have to continue growing as readers, and we're always going to get texts. We're always going to get readings that have words that we don't know, but we can infer what they mean. We can figure out what they mean by the clues that the author has left in the text. Okay. Yeah, you have this video. There's going to be a couple questions, and then there's going to be an exit ticket. I will probably be using some of your sentences in your exit ticket, and hopefully you see yours. I'll see you guys later. Bye.